My ALS journey, from diagnosis to now. Introduction. Before everything changed, my life was beautifully ordinary. I worked as a software tester for several banks. Nothing glamorous, just honest work that I enjoyed. Weekends were for surf skating, exploring new restaurants with my family, and those small moments that you don't realize are precious until they're gone. First signs, it started so subtly. In early 2023, my voice would become hoarse by evening. Nothing alarming. Just thought I was tired or talking too much. Then May came. I had a fall at work. Hit my head. After that, things began to change. My right hand wasn't working quite right. My walking became different. But I was discharged from the hospital after just a couple of hours. So surely it couldn't be serious. I kept telling myself these things would go away with time. It wasn't until the end of the year, when my speech started to slur, that I finally went back to the hospital. Something was wrong, and I needed answers. The diagnosis. I spent days in a university hospital being told that the senior neurologist would see me after all my tests were completed. Blood samples, x-rays, CT scans, and what felt like a marathon MRI session. And I waited. Medical students would visit me, practicing their assessments. I later realized I was like a rare Pokemon to them. I was showing classic symptoms of an MND patient, but no one told me what they suspected. Finally, the professor came to see me, shadowed by another doctor, right there in the open ward with other patients and visitors all around. He said, "From your test, it's highly likely that you have a motor neuron disease." I asked what that meant, feeling dread creeping up, but hoping he would follow with something positive. Instead, "You don't know what it is? It's usually bad news. Patients only live 3 to 5 years." When I asked if there was anything we could do, his response was blunt, "Not much. There is no cure. We can try to prolong your life." I was in complete disbelief. My ears started to ring. I fumbled for my phone and called my wife, who was on her way to the hospital. I couldn't speak properly, so I passed the phone to the professor. And I heard him say, "I'm with your husband, but I'm not sure why he's reacting this way." Really? You don't know why? Something must have clicked because another doctor drew the curtains, and I was left alone. I lay there, devastated. I cried until my chest hurt, muffling my screams into a blanket. When my wife and mother arrived, they comforted me. Later that afternoon, we were finally brought to a private room where the doctor informed us about the likely diagnosis. I wanted to go home, but they wanted me to stay one more night. After my family left, all my thoughts came crashing in. Why me? What will happen to my family? How long will I live? I googled ALS, nothing but bad news. I have never felt so lonely in my life before. It felt like I was in a deep hole, a situation that no one could understand. Being told you're going to die from an incurable disease. Everything felt hopeless. The turning point. I slept and woke early the next morning, hoping the last 24 hours had just been a bad dream. There came a point when I was tired of crying. A thought suddenly came to me. Am I going to spend what's left of my life sad? Or am I going to make these the best years possible? That realization helped me calm down. It took time to accept what was happening, but this was the first important step. The first step in a long journey. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Macan Review, and today we're doing a little bit of a change up. Hey guys, what's going on? We've come to the end of the surfskate video. It's been pretty fun out here, pretty technical, definitely not for beginners. Hi guys, what's going on? We're out here at East Coast Parkway. We're out at the skating area at Car Park D.
Hi guys, this is my voice now. As you can tell, it's very weak and labored, and that's because my throat muscles are getting weaker. So, eventually, this will get to a point where I won't be able to speak and swallow properly. So at this point, it's very hard for me to keep up long conversations. I get out of breath very easily because it's like twice the effort is needed to bring the air through and create words. And how I feel about it. It's a very humbling experience to lose your voice. Because I know what I want to say, but it just doesn't come out the way I wanted to. But for now, I can still speak. So I am thankful for that. This is how I cut my meals now, without a knife. So this is the technique that allows me to be a bit more independent. I recommend a good quality pair of kitchen. Yeah. No one is helping me because I can still do it.
Yeah.
I can't control my health, but I can control my attitude. ALS has changed my life in ways I never imagined. Losing the ability to walk and using a wheelchair now isn't something I would have chosen, but I refuse to let it define me. This wheelchair isn't a sign of defeat. It's a tool that allows me to keep living, to keep creating memories with the people I care about most. I've learned to find joy in the little things, laughter around the dinner table, a hug from my kids, or simply watching the sunrise. Life is full of challenges, but it's also full of beauty, and I'm determined to focus on the things that truly matter. This video may be distressing for some, but I wanted to take a break from my usual posts to share a glimpse of my daily reality with ALS. As you can see, even with modified cutlery with thick rubber grips designed to be easier to handle, I need assistance to get food onto my spoon. My right hand is too weak to help, and I struggle to angle the food into my mouth. In the video, you might notice my wife's hand discreetly helping to push food onto my spoon. This is what mealtimes look like for me now. A constant reminder of how this disease is changing my life. The hardest part is knowing that this will only get worse as the disease progresses. Many ALS patients go through this. Mentally, you're fighting a battle where even the simplest activities become monumental challenges. Yet, at the same time, you realize that a few months down the road, you'll wish you were back at this stage. What feels difficult now may one day be remembered as your best. I often reflect on a line from the Quran. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Quran 2:286. This test I've been given is heavy, but I hold on to these words and continue forward the best I can. This is my reality, and I share it not for sympathy, but for understanding. ALS is relentless, but so is the human spirit. Each day brings new challenges, but also unexpected moments of clarity and even joy. I've learned that even with ALS, life doesn't stop being beautiful, it just becomes beautiful in different ways. I don't know how much time I have. None of us do really. But I'm determined to make these years count, to leave memories, love, and lessons for those I care about. This disease may be taking my physical abilities, but it can't take my spirit, my love for my family, or my determination to make each day matter. This is my journey with ALS. Not the journey I would have chosen, but the one I'm navigating with as much courage and grace as I can find.